Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Tuesday, July 18th, 2017. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily chart of the ES. We continue to hold it highs up here. As we mentioned before, we may have a bit of an expanding range here, but overall this thing is still has an upward bias. We continue to hold above the previous month's high here, and that could be a very important key level here to watch, because if there's any failure to hold there, that could open up a move back toward value of the micro composite range. So there's many different things to look out for up here, but at the moment, just kind of sitting up here in a range. So yesterday was a digestion day, and it turned out to finish that way throughout the rest of the session, and today we could continue to see that type of behavior before something happens. So still approaching this one with caution here as we continue to hold at highs. Still have an upward bias, so pullback still a buying opportunity for a shot at a continuation to new highs. So if we look at the NQ, very similar look and feel here. We had a big squeeze here. This one was much better off of our key levels, and then reached our 58.50, which is our last line of resistance there, into 59.07 really. So the last time we tested this level, offered both times. This time we are actually holding and trading right at and around the level, which may be a measure of acceptance here. So again, this one has been quite bullish. If this were to pull back, say there's a failed new low below the previous session's low, and a rejection occur below that level, that could be an opportunity to push this thing to the outer edge of the range. That's 59.07.5. The larger key range here is up here. So this is the range to watch for rejections and follow through. And right now we're still holding at these highs, stuck around 58.50. So the uptrend continues as it looks to find that pivot high. So that's what we're looking for. Here's CL. CL has continued to be bullish, has held above the 43.76 level, 45 level, and continues to push higher. I mentioned before, if there's any failure to hold these recent lows, that could open up a move back into 48.76. We're now chopping around composite VPOC here. So if there's any rejection here, you're likely going to see a swing right back across the range. So if it can't push to new highs up here, the result will likely be a return to VPOC, followed by a push back into 76 down here. So upward bias still, but there could be more chop around VPOC before we see the ultimate move across the range. Looking at the intraday time frame here, very bullish in CL right now. See quite a move up, and this occurred overnight here with a big rally, pushed beyond the previous week's close and a continuation. So quite a move already, and at the moment hitting the 25% key level for the day and bouncing right off that level. There's an LBN right here in 46.74. You have the previous close there as well of the week. So all of this right here is an opportunity for bulls to defend and try to keep this thing marking higher. But right now, quite a move up in overnight trading, and any pullback into the 68 to 74 zone is an area that bulls really want to keep bid. Otherwise, failure to hold that level returns this thing all the way back to VPOC. Here's a look at gold. We've been waiting for gold to find some sort of rejection, and noted that it had gone below the recent lows here. On this day, which was Friday, we had a great clean market structure that failed and started to push through these highs. And we knew that if this thing can get back above 29.70, that would be an indication that we're going to start working our way perhaps back toward value at the very least, which is 12.59. And perhaps back across the range, which is into 1300. This has been the trading range. So right now, this is the first major leg up. At some point, we may see a shakeout leg back down, and I mentioned 1223 may be the opportunity there to defend and get a squeeze into 1259. So there may be a pullback that comes into about 1223. If so, that could be an opportunity to defend and squeeze for the next push up. At that point, once you reach value, there may tend to be a little bit of chop before you see the continuation. We've seen that type of behavior every time we've gotten the initial move away from a zone. We've chopped around value for a little while. So that's just something to look forward to. Doesn't mean it has to happen this time, but that's been the pattern in this range overall. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.